I'd like to start out by saying that for every action, there is a reaction. Cause and effect. You've heard it before. Where are all the good men at? What happened to them? Where did they go?
Where did all the good men go?
These women all look like deer in the headlights when they ask these silly questions. And of course, there are men out there that don't have a sense of self, that parrot the silly questions. And then they posit them again, one more again. Where are all of the good men at? What happened to you guys? Why can't you just do what they tell you to do? I mean, they know them better than you know them, so why can't you just get a clue? How many times have we said it? The single mother home is a cancer on society. The welfare state is a blight on civilization. If you've ever been out to the woods, a camping resort, you'll see signs posted, do not feed the bears, do not feed the animals. Why? Because it stops them from hunting for their own food and being self-sufficient. The single mother home is no different. The welfare state is no different. Yet and still, we have men and women endorsing their own destruction by parroting these paradigms. Women will do absolutely anything to avoid any type of accountability or agency for their actions. Ad nauseum, we hear from them, well, if it's not about women, then why don't you just go your own way? If you love them so much, just let them be. And I have to agree with some of that. Not all of it, but some of it. You have a lot of guys now that are getting on, and they're saying, well, I don't hate women, I just understand them. I'm going to call bullshit on that one. I think that there is a lot of hatred. I think that there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of expectation that is not being fulfilled, be that women or men. We don't call it the red pill rage for nothing. I absolutely hated them. I could not stand them. Hated their fucking guts. Because every time they opened their mouth, it seemed to be something hurtful or mean-spirited, or throwing my kindness and my generosities in my face, and then blaming me for it. There's no shortage of that today. You see it everywhere. I eventually got to a point where I could just kind of call it even. My indifference now is my power. Seeing them for what they are. A machination, a construct of the state. Social engineering at its lowest. The advent of the single mother home has brutalized society all over the world, but especially in the West. The adoption of the welfare state in concert with single mother homes has sealed the fate of the West. And if you think I'm about ready to go and trumpet all of the shit going on in the East, you'd be wrong. They have it just as bad, just in different ways. Women have been convinced that going to war against God would benefit them and society down the road. It has done neither. The roles of women in the world are constantly being manipulated, constantly being changed and traded for privileges. The role of men has changed very little, but men themselves, they're unrecognizable. A nearly 600% increase in little boys that are being convinced that they're little girls. The use of prescription head drugs amongst men and women are out of control on both sides. the feminization of the modern school system has contributed largely to little boys being misdiagnosed with ODD, ADD, ADHD, and any number of conditions that are not present in these boys. It's just that females think that they should be acting like little girls. The amount of lives ruined, it's incalculable. Women didn't fight for these rights, gentlemen. They were awarded these rights on the basis of greed, avarice, and hubris. And though I'm sure that the consequences of these actions to these societal architects had been thought of, they perhaps did not foresee exactly what is happening now. Cause and effect, gentlemen. Cause and effect. There is another cause and effect that I'd like to talk to you about for a moment. That's the effect of you running out there and living your life. Gentlemen, when you arm yourselves with knowledge, when you arm yourselves with that reserve of ancient philosophy that has desperately been tried to cover up, you're doing something that cannot be undone. I tell you men frequently, don't worry about the blue pill tsunami, the tidal wave of cucks that you see out there, the people that are sabotaging and submarining their lives in favor of the wants and wishes of the petulant. Don't do that. Concentrate on yourselves. Fortify your defenses. Make sure that you are as good as you can possibly be spiritually, emotionally, physically, knowledgeably. You men are capable of incredible feats of engineering, daring, physicality. How many of you have dared to improve your own existence? How many? How many of you are number one in your life, irrespective of the fact that you may have a wife, a girlfriend, or children? How many of you are doing that right now today? Every son of a bitch in the world is out there telling you right now that it is your duty and obligation to sacrifice and die for them. I promise you right now, it is not your duty or obligation to sacrifice your existence for those of others, unless you choose that. There's no shortage of individuals, people, organizations that are out here today telling you that it's your obligation. You must, because. I tell you that you're the only one that can live your life to any degree of satisfaction. It isn't anybody else that demands anything from you. You have to make sure that numero uno is good, real good. So when you see hordes of women demanding that you get involved in domestic disputes, tell them no. When you see hordes of men demanding that you sacrifice on behalf of a female to get involved in their life and their problems, say no. When you see bureaucrats and politicians signing you up before you've even touched a pen to tell you that it's your obligation to go and murder civilians from another country, you say no. A few minutes ago, I said I was mad as hell at them. Women, that is. And that's a big was. My indifference now is what motivates me to continue forward in my life. I had to learn how to take them and all of these other preconceived notions that you are bombarded with since the time you got pushed out. I had to learn how to take those and put them in their proper place. And for 99% of that, it was the dustbin. I am the only one living my life. Do I want a friend or two? Sure. Would I like a girlfriend? Sure. Would I enjoy that kind of company constantly? No, I wouldn't. That is why I choose to keep myself as safe as possible. And you should choose no less for yourselves. I'm a 12-year monk because I decided to be. I didn't get sent my own way. I didn't get put in any position. It's not hard to jump on a dating site and go fuck somebody. I'm simply not interested. I have fat stacks, nice car, nice house. I've pretty much got it all. Everything that I've ever wanted. And I have that type of security because of the choices that I have made in life moving forward, choosing to prioritize my life, my daily motions in existence over those of others. I am not disposable. I am not a utility, and I am not here for your amusement. Cause and effect, gentlemen. The effect of my prioritization of my existence has caused me to rethink everything about my existence. While I enjoy bringing to you the fuckery of females and cucks and blue pills, it is disheartening to see that those videos get 10 times the views that this one will get. I understand the need to express anger. I understand the need to express that you feel that you were done wrong, that you were done dirty, that you were thrown under the bus. I get it. At some point in time, the rage has to be discarded for purpose. There simply is no other way if you wish to continue to exist. Unfortunately, I can't help you with purpose. That is to the man his choice. He alone must go on that journey and find out what the purpose in life is. Gentlemen, if I may be so bold, I would ask you not to sacrifice your life, not to commit to a purposeless existence over bitterness and rage, and the inability to put behind you bad circumstances and events. It is a function of life that we get done wrong. It is also a reality of life that your hard times are what make you, not the good ones. You might have a baby face and a luminescent smile, but I see behind it. I see who you are. I see your scars. I see the wounded warriors. You can't stay wounded forever.